Hi, I'm Birdie. Thank you for joining me for my newest astro forecast on the full moon in Virgo happening on March 7th. Where you will feel the effects of this full moon depends on which houses Virgo and Pisces fall in for you, and that is determined by your rising sign. So if you're watching this for your sun sign and it doesn't really resonate with you, then I highly encourage you to watch your rising sign. All right, join me as we get into the effects of the full moon in Virgo. Hello, Capricorn rising. Thank you for joining me for this video. Today we will be discussing the Virgo full moon coming up on March 7th. So this is taking place in your 3rd house and your 9th house. These are communication and information houses. The 3rd house is your house of your mindset, the way that you think and process thoughts, your communication style, how you get your message across. This is also the house of siblings. You may have siblings, you may not have siblings. This is also the sibling tier, which can be cousins or close friends who are like siblings. So it's not your parents, not your children, but family members on that same sibling tier. Okay. It is opposite the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of higher education, of expanding your knowledge, of expressing and sharing your knowledge on a bigger scale. It's the house of long distance travel versus the 3rd house is the house of short distance travel. So there's some opposites going on here. And when we have a full moon, we have the moon, which is the high priestess, and this is the energy of intuition, inner wisdom, and spirituality. So the moon is over here in Virgo in your 9th house, the house of higher education and spirituality and religion and philosophy. The sun is bringing the energy of vitality and creativity and joy. And this is over here in your 3rd house, the house of elementary or rudimentary education, siblings, mindset, thought processes, and thinking. When we have an opposition like this, when we have a full moon, the sun and the moon are in opposition. And in astrology, an opposition brings the energy of tension. It's like a rubber band being pulled far apart, two opposite directions. If you pull it too far, it's going to break. So the goal is to find balance between these two things. Now, the sun is not alone over here in Pisces. The sun is joined by Mercury, or the magician. This is the energy of manifestation, action, and communication. Mercury, or the magician, has all 4 elements here. If you look at this card, you can see that there are the cups, the coins, the wands, and the swords. They're all together here for the magician to use to create magic, to make magic happen. So we have Mercury also here in your 3rd house, the house of communication. Joining those two, we have Neptune. Neptune is the hanged man. This is the energy of surrender, of letting go, and spiritual growth. So we put the hanged man here. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Mercury is the ruler of the 3rd house. So when Mercury is in the 3rd house, it's at home, which means its energy is easy flowing and it is somewhat intensified. Okay, so we have Neptune there also. Now lastly, in this Pisces party, we have Saturn joining. On the day that the moon is full, Saturn enters Pisces. This is bringing with it the energy of completion, fulfillment, and harmony. So we add Saturn to this party. So there's a lot of energy going on in your 3rd house, the house of communication, the house of thinking and processing information. And it is bringing some tension in with your house of education, desire to travel, to experience maybe foreign lands or places that are foreign to you. So this is really highlighting the tension between your spiritual and your intellectual self and your desire for security and stability in the way that you've always done things or the way that you know things to be. There's a struggle between your quest for knowledge and your understanding of your practical obligations and responsibilities. Okay? Now we also have Uranus here. Uranus is the Fool, and this is the energy of beginnings, of innocence and spontaneity. Now, Uranus is over here in Taurus, in your house, in the 5th house, or your house of play, of creativity, of recreation, romance, and making babies, or recreating yourself. This is the house of creative expression. It is making a good aspect to the sun. What this is doing is bringing unexpected changes to your communication and to your learning environments. You might be encountering new ideas that challenge your current way of thinking. The moon here in your 9th house is also making an aspect to Uranus. This is 120 degrees away, so it's a trine aspect, which is a lucky aspect. What this is doing is really highlighting the need for innovation and new ideas and your desire for unconventional approaches to problem solving. You are really getting into this unconventional, unique, innovative, and interesting energy of Uranus in Taurus in your 5th house. So you're creative. This has been there for a few years. It's been there for a while, and it will be there for a little while longer. So your creative expression is definitely unique and innovative at this time. Now we also have Venus here. Venus is the Empress. This is the energy of abundance, nurturing, and creativity. Venus is in Aries in your 4th house, so your house of home, family, your private life. It's also your house of origin and roots. It is a very emotional house. This is where you find emotional security. So you have Venus here in this house making an aspect to Mars. Mars is the Tower. This is the energy of crisis, of upheaval, and revelation. Mars is in Gemini in your 6th house, or your house of work, daily routines, schedules, responsibilities. It's a very mundane house. So this is making a 60-degree angle. This is an opportunity. What this is doing is creating opportunities for creative and romantic expression, especially when it comes to your home or projects that have to do with your home or home life or home environment and feelings of pleasure within your home. Now lastly, this Mars over here in the 6th house, it is making a challenging aspect to Neptune over here in your 3rd house. This is a 90-degree angle, which is a square, and squares can bring obstacles, conflicts, and tension to a situation. So what this is doing is it's creating a bit of confusion and uncertainty, especially in your decision making when it comes to your work, your daily life and your schedules, and your home environment. You need to be extra mindful of your communication and your expectations and really clarify your goals and your ideas, especially in the areas of your home life and the balance between home life, work life, and education, higher education, learning more. This higher education might be bringing up some emotional issues from the past for you. The moon has a tendency to do that. So that could be the struggle between really wanting to get into this thought process and messaging, information gathering situation, but you may be feeling some emotions that are caught in this academic or spiritual or religious or higher education situation up here. So that's all I have for you today, Capricorn. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.